Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to share my story about how I started my online business. Just to be clear, this isn't a sexy video on how I make 10k per month within the next few weeks. I started my online business last year. In case you are new here, my name is Chris. I run a website called Blog Tech Support, where I help bloggers with technical issues, blog setups and stuff like that. And this business I started basically out of by accident. I was in Facebook groups helping people. It was my passion. I loved the tech side of WordPress and blogging, and not so much the writing part, which is basically what you're doing as a blogger. I know, but what I started out as inside Facebook groups, I was helping people clear up tech issues and stuff like that. They asked questions. I was always one of the people who responded, and instead of promoting a service or something like that, I was inside the comments of those Facebook posts, answering the questions, and in some cases even helping them out. And I did that all for free, and not really intended to start a business about it. I ended up having customers who insisted paying me for my services. So one of my biggest aha moments last year was when somebody reached out to me. And she always saw me replying to comments, and she had a problem with a Divi website, with a Divi theme, where only the header and footer was visible and all of the content on the page was invisible. And she asked me if I can look into it and how much I charge for that and stuff like that. So I told her, okay, you know what? If you really want me to pay me for it, I can give you my PayPal account and you can decide if I can fix it, how much you're willing to pay for it. So what ended up happening, I was on the website about 40 minutes and I fixed the issue. I also noticed that she didn't have any security on the website, so I told her, hey, you know what, if you want, I'm already on the website. Within a few extra minutes I can set it up for you. So she ended up very happy, and little did I know that she was making over $100 per day with her website by selling digital PDFs and stuff like that. She asked me afterwards what she owed me, and I told her, you know what, you don't have to pay me anything. I'm happy I can help you out. And she told me, oh, you know what, I insist paying you for your time. So I ended up giving her my PayPal account, my PayPal address, and she sent me. I got a notification from PayPal that she sent me $100. And to be clear, there was a big aha moment for me, because people didn't pay me for my time; they pay me for fixing an issue. And that issue was costing her money. She was already trying to for the entire week trying to fix it, couldn't get it done, and I went in there for 40 minutes of my time, and I fixed the issue. And that was one of the best payments I ever received, because it showed me, in case you are new here, I do have a full-time job. So this isn't my full-time job right now. I have a 9 to 5, and I run blog tech support on the side for now until I can replace that income. But for my 9 to 5, I get paid for 40 hours a week. I get a set amount of money every month, and that is for my time. So it's a simple job. And with blog tech support, people not pay me for my time, they pay me for fixing their headaches, basically. So if you want to start an online business, you really have to think about that. How can you save people either time or headaches and stuff like that? And if you do that, don't focus on the big money yet, because I know a lot of people post videos on YouTube on how to build an AI agency and stuff like that. Those are all hypes, and those are great for now maybe, but I'm doing this for the long term. And just a backstory, I'm in the online marketing world since 2010, but I never really focused on one thing. So I get excited about something, I start a website, set up WordPress, and then after a few days that excitement goes off. I don't know if you can relate with that, but I really have trouble with shiny object syndrome. So my very first business was an erotic product business. So I live in the Netherlands, and here that's very popular. So I started an online store where I sold erotic toys and stuff like that. That business failed, of course, because I didn't know anything about SEO and Google and stuff like that. So and then I found out about blogging, and I really wanted to start a blog for a very long time. I started multiple, but I didn't really like the writing part. But what I did like at the end of the day was the technical part of it. So, and that was where I was helping people for a couple of years in Facebook groups mostly, and then accidentally ended up my online business now. I didn't even have a website back then. I was just helping people from Facebook groups. They reached out to me in the chat. I was helping people inside the group itself, so I gave them answers to the questions, and some of them reached out to me and asked me if I can help them out. And when I wanted to take this more seriously and really started a business, I was thinking about, okay, if I want to charge for this, what are the things people will hold people back? And that is first the fear of being scammed. And I also didn't really know back then what people were willing to pay for it. So what I ended up doing is I charged people afterwards. So people didn't pay me anything upfront. So in case they were worried about being scammed, then they didn't have anything to lose. And if they pay me before, then I would let it up to them how much they were willing to pay me. And that also gave me a very good idea of how much I could charge for things. And in general, some people paid me way more than other people. Some people didn't have financially that well, so I also helped them out, and that got me more and more customers. And in the worst case scenario, I was always thinking in the worst case scenario, people wouldn't pay me, and then it would only cost me my time. So I think if I have to really make a decision on that, I decided okay, I let people pay afterwards, and I let them pay me whatever they want, and then I got a baseline of what I could charge for things. And then I was trying to figure out, okay, what are some services I can offer. And one of the things people ended up with the most is that the setup part of the blog took them the longest. So some people were holding back 6 months just to get started, you know. And when you start a blog, you want to write articles, so you don't want to spend way too much time on the design part and setting up part. So I figured, okay, if I just offer a blog setup service, I was looking around, okay, what people were willing to pay me for that, and I figured some WordPress team companies, charge way more than me for only setting up a child team. So I figured, okay, if I can charge $197 euros, I could set a site up for somebody, install all of the most important plugins, a theme of their choice, and then they can pay me afterwards. It will take me a few hours, and that was worth it to me, you know. So 200 euros for 197 euros for two hours of my time. That is 100 euros per hour, and people were coming in way more than I expected. So that was my core service I offered, and from there I would offer things like small tweaks, specific technical problems. You know, some people end up having technical issues with other things, and then I could charge by the hour for that. So one of the things I learned here about the most, if you want to start an online business, start something that you enjoy doing. Look around for things that people ask you about all the time. So you don't even have to spend money on this to begin with. You can go inside Facebook groups where you're at and look around for things that you help people sometimes with. See if that you can charge for that. If people are willing to pay for it, you know, if you can save people time or money or any headaches, that is worth money. So if you want to start an online business, do it, you know, and don't look at YouTube and go to all the 10k, 100k, $1 million per year businesses. I know it sounds very enticing, I know, but things that are too good to be true always are. So, and for me, right now I have a 9 to 5. I run my business in the evenings, in the weekend, And also something that is really important, share your journey, you know. Same for this channel, Blog Tech Support. If you are a blogger, make sure to subscribe, because I'm sharing technical videos on WordPress, stuff like that, if you are a blogger. But what I also think is very important, be personable. My goal wasn't, for example, to build $1 million company or have a company with 100 employees. When I live in Thailand, my goal is when I replace my 9 to 5 to move from the Netherlands over to Thailand, because I'm married to a Thai woman, and live there, you know, and run my business on this while I live there. And for me personally, I don't want to hire many people. I want to do things on my own and basically build a business around my desired lifestyle, if that makes sense. When you run your business by yourself, you don't have to communicate with multiple people to get things done. You know, if I want to, for example, in my 9 to 5, when we want to change something, way too many people have to give their approval, and sometimes it can take weeks, 2 months before something gets done. So in my case, if I want to change something, if I want to change the price for a service, or want to change a landing page or something, I can do it right away and it's done, you know. So that is my goal here. Also, last year when I went to Thailand on a holiday, for some reason more people reached out to me for work. So I decided, okay, if I'm on a holiday in Thailand and my goal is to live there, I can already work a little bit when I'm there on holiday. That way I can also prepare for when I live there. So that is something I did to grow my business, and it's going well. Like I mentioned before, it's not full-time income yet, that part. But I do believe that if you share your personal goals with your clients and stuff like that, make it more personable, you also get the likability, and people want to support you on your journey, if that makes sense. So I always love watching YouTube channels and people share their journey and reaching their goals, you know, and be part of that. So I think that is important as well. I know I'm not a YouTube personality or something like that. I'm still a bit shy on camera, but that's why I also make my videos not about me. I always put my face in the video just to keep it more personal. You know, nowadays with all of the AI videos out there, if you want to build a personal brand and grow your business, it's important, I think, to show who you are. And also because people work with me one-on-one, they don't get to talk to other people on my team because I don't have a team. I think that is something my clients like about it. So if they reach out to me, they always get a quick response within 24 hours. And they also know that I run a 9 to 5, I work a 9 to 5, so with time differences and stuff like that. So when you start an online business, it doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. I have my hosting for myself. I have my hosting. I have here and there a couple of WordPress themes. And I help people, which only cost me my time. I don't spend money on tools to help people. I pay for Loom to make the recordings and stuff like that. And I pay for ChatGPT for the premium version. And then that's it, you know. And everything else is just my time, and I make money that way. And everything else is profit, except for PayPal. You know, if people pay me always through PayPal, so PayPal will take a little bit of money from that. And another great lesson is if you sell a service, for example, like in my case, if I sell a blog setup service to a client, and they don't have anything like hosting, domain name, or team yet, sometimes I make almost double the income just by recommending the tools I recommend to them. So I sell my service for 197 euro, and then if they tell me, hey, I don't have a hosting yet, which one do you recommend? And I say SiteGround. For beginning bloggers, I always recommend SiteGround for 1 year. I make about 40 euros on that. If they buy a domain name, I always recommend Namecheap. I make a commission from that. For WordPress themes, I always recommend the Cadence theme, and then specifically a Cadence child theme, if they have the money for it. Then I also make a commission on that. So in some cases I made I made €400 just by recommending a couple of tools extra without putting in any extra time, if that makes sense. So that's a good thing. If you are, and this goes for any kind of service-based business. If you run a service-based business, maybe you are a personal trainer. If you want your clients to buy certain things, you can recommend them, and then you can make commissions on that. So that's a good thing to note. Or maybe you are a virtual assistant. You want to sell virtual assistant retainers per month. If you want your clients to use specific tools that you can recommend, you can make commissions on that. Moving forward, in my online business, I want to spend more time on my own website, because although I help people with websites, my own website sometimes gets neglected by that, because I have to put in my time that I have on my client work. So I want to focus more on writing articles on my website. I have a couple. Also make more YouTube videos for the channel, where I can recommend my services as well and help people with tech issues. So in case people don't want to hire me specifically, I can make videos to help them out. And in some cases people want to hire me to do it for them, and then they can pay me for my services. I have a couple of clients also where I offer blog management basically, so I do their backups, updates and stuff like that for a little bit of money. So that is a little bit of steady income that way. Right now I made about a couple €100 per month, so that needs to grow. But I rather grow slow and steady than make a lot of money and way too many clients in one time, because that will overwhelm me, and I think that's important as well. If you want to grow your business, do it slow and steady, wins the race, as you can say it. And don't focus too much on hypes. I know we all want to become a millionaire, but that is not the goal here. For me, I want to build a business that I can sustain when I live in Thailand, and basically pay for our lives there. As I'm reaching milestones, I will upload more videos about this. If this is something you find interesting, I can make more videos like this on this channel. Again, if you are new here, my name is Chris. I live in the Netherlands and I run my online business, Blog Tech Support. If you like videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It will help me out a lot. Also make money from this YouTube channel eventually, although this channel is more like a marketing platform for my website. Let me know in the comments what kind of business you want to run. Maybe I can help you out. If you have some ideas of what you like, what you enjoy doing, I can help you, maybe give you some ideas to start a business online. Like I said before, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money to start, but don't focus too much on the growth. Just get started and grow as you can, It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to make a lot of money in the beginning, but if you help people out, people will appreciate that. They will pay you for your time and your services, and you can go from there. And then eventually, depending on your goals, you can even replace your full-time income. For me personally, my goal is to make about €2,000 a month for now. And of course, the goal is more than that, because I also want to save money. But for now, I pay my lifestyle over here in the Netherlands for my 9 to 5. And all of the money I make with my online business, I put aside for when I move to Thailand. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something from it. In case you did, let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye bye.